A Kent State student-athlete has big dreams. Find out how he plans to make them a reality.
The Black Film Commission held a special screening of the film Drunk Bus on Saturday. We have more on that coming up.
These guns are weapons of choice for many criminals. We're going to do everything we can to deprive them of that choice. And when we find them, put them in jail for a long, long time.
The Biden administration is introducing new firearm regulations amid a recent surge in gun violence, the rules and when they could take effect.
Today is National Pet Day. Learn more about how this day is the day to celebrate for your best friend came to be as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and Olive Porch County. Thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of TV2 News. I'm Elias Shingleton.
And I'm Raygene English. We begin tonight with a popular Kent State basketball player and his quest to go pro.
That's right, Sincere Carey, a junior guard for the Kent State men's basketball team, recently declared for the NBA draft.
Yes. Liv Sharp has the latest details on Carey's chances at scoring a spot in the league. Hi, Liv.
Hi, guys. That's right. Sincere Carey has declared for the NBA draft, a move which he announced in an Instagram post last week.
Kent State star could be headed to the NBA. Men's basketball player Sincere Carey declared for the NBA draft last Thursday.
I certainly encouraged that because he's had a great year.
Carey was named the Mid-American Conference Player of the Year after finishing with the 5th most points and the 4th most assists in a single season. This record-breaking season was capped off with the Flashes going to the MAC championship game for the first time since 2017. But this may not be the end of Carey's time at Kent State.
The NBA has allowed guys that are underclassmen that have eligibility left to do what Sin did, which is declare for the draft while maintaining their college eligibilities.
Considering Sincere is entering the draft without an agent, he has the opportunity to get drafted by an NBA team this year, but if he does not or feels he is not ready, he can return for his senior season.
And he'll get some feedback, and depending upon what that feedback is, I think he and his family will then make a decision on, do I come back to Kent State for my last year of college, or do I see what happens here with the draft and hopefully get drafted.
The 2022 NBA draft is set for June 23rd. For TV2 News, I'm Liv Sharp.
Thanks, Liv. After a year-long hiatus due to COVID-19, Sibs and Kids Weekend returned as usual to the university. The weekend is the chance for Kent State students to bring their siblings and other relatives to the campus to attend various activities and events. Hosted by the Kent Interhall Council, the fun-filled event took place from Friday, April 8th through Sunday, April 10th. This year's events included the evening amphibian walk, a Candyland circus, inflatables in the rec center, and so much more.
Several graduate programs at Kent State were just ranked in the top 100 among public institutions by U.S. News and World Report. The organization evaluated merits of graduate programs around the country and compiled its results in its 2023 report of best graduate schools. Kent State programs that were ranked included graduate degrees in nursing, education, mathematics, psychology, public health, and physics.
The nationally and internationally ranked Kent State University School of Fashion is thrilled to announce the return of its acclaimed in-person fashion show. That will take place on April 28th through the 30th this year in Rockwell Hall on the Kent campus. The presenting sponsor of the 2022 show is renowned American department store Dillard's Incorporated. Tickets for the April 28th show are $35 per person. Tickets for the April 29th show are $55 per person, and admission to the VIP show on the evening of Saturday, April 30th, is by invitation only. New coronavirus cases leaped in Ohio in the week ending Sunday, rising 23.4% as 3,828 cases were reported. The previous week had a little over 3,000 new cases of the virus that causes COVID-19. Ohio is ranked at 31st among the states where coronavirus was spread the fastest on a per-person basis. With 3.5% of the country's population, Ohio had a 1.6% of the country's cases in the last week.
And the CDC is expected to announce an update to the federal mask mandate on public transportation this week. The mandate requires face coverings on all forms of public transit, including buses, trains, and planes. The current mandate is set to expire on April 18th of this week. It is unclear whether the CDC will renew the current version of the guidance or adjust its guidance.
Hello there, Portage County. I'm Josh Aponte, and let's take a look at what weather is going on here in Kent. So we do still have some lingering showers from today. All day today, it was very wet, lots of rain. From my commute from Twinsburg, raining the whole time. There was lots of rain today. We are sitting, though, at 59 degrees, so it is a little bit warmer out there, so it's not too chilly. Dew point's at 53, and we got a little bit of a breeze at 9 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at some temperatures around here in Ohio. We got 60 in Lima, 62 in Dayton, and 62 in Cincinnati, to name a few. It's pretty warm here in Ohio, but we are seeing lots of precipitation statewide. Now let's take a look at some temperatures up here in Northeast Ohio. It is going to be a little chilly since we are by Lake Erie. We're sitting at 59 in Mansfield, 59 in Worcester, and 59 in Kent right there. And we also got 60 in Ashtabula. Now that's all I have for right now, but stay tuned for your 7-day forecast coming up. For TV2 Weather, I'm Josh Aponte.
Thanks, Josh. Patrons may soon be able to enjoy alcoholic beverages outdoors in downtown Ravenna. The Ravenna City Council recently agreed to review a draft of legislation creating a DORA, which is a designated outdoor refreshment area, which would create an area of downtown where drinking approved alcoholic beverages is permitted. Council will hold a meeting today to discuss and possibly approve this legislation. If approved, the policy would take effect before the summer months.
Churches in Stowe and Parma team up to help Ukraine relief efforts to communities with one main goal, helping Ukraine. A Stowe church teamed up with a Parma area church this week for a supply drive to help humanitarian efforts overseas. Carloads of donations were dropped off at the Redemption Chapel the past 2 Thursdays. The supplies will be taken to Parma and dropped off at the Prokova Ukrainian Greco-Catholic Church. From there, they'll be shipped to Poland to help refugees who fled Ukraine after Russia's invasion.
The Portage County Board of Commissioners began the process of hiring an outside consultant to explore a possible takeover of the Portage County Regional Airport. The airport, located in Shalersville, was previously ran by a volunteer board that has since been dissolved. Because of its private nature, the airport is also at risk of losing federal FAA funding. The commissioners say a county takeover of the property will help maintain funding and increase utilization of airport facilities. And new focus on ghost guns, what these weapons are, and how the Biden administration is increasing regulations.
A Ukrainian train station starts to rebuild in the aftermath of a Russian attack.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one.
Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe.
Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Welcome back. The Flash Film Commission held a special screening of the film Drunk Bus Saturday, followed by a panel discussion with the film's directors.
Yes, TV2's Alexa Blakley has a recap of the night's event. Hello, Alexa.
Hey guys, that's right. Drunk Bus was directed by a Kent State alum and was inspired by his experiences at Kent State. I went to the film screening on Saturday to learn more. This Saturday, the newly rebranded Flash Film Commission, formerly known as Kent State University Independent Films, held their first ever event, a showing of the feature film Drunk Bus.
We're gonna show the film off, we're gonna have a few student trailers play, kind of advertise for our film festival, and then after that, we're gonna have a Q&A with the directors and screenwriters.
Drunk Bus hits close to home for Kent State students since it's based on real events here on campus.
A mostly true story based here in Kent about a party bus driver who was jumped and inside a bodyguard who's his full companion, and the film explores their relationship.
The event featured a very special appearance from the film's co-directors and screenwriter.
So I went to Kent State University, I drove a drunk bus on this campus, and I would always tell John, my co-director, these stories of riding a drunk bus.
The film's creators worked hard to make it accurate to students' experiences.
But yeah, it all came from first-hand knowledge of riding a drunk bus. So we spent some time touring the campus and riding the actual drunk bus here, and got a lot of first-hand accounts of what life is like here on campus.
And showing the film at the campus it was based on was a unique experience.
I'm bringing the film home in a way to where it was based, where it all started. So it's awesome. It's awesome that we're giving back to the film students that are just coming out.
After the showing of the movie, the co-directors and screenwriter held a Q&A session. It also featured a surprise special guest, Charlie DeHaan, the star of the movie. After the event, students in attendance reflected on the film and the community the event had brought together.
It was great. It was fun to watch with some friends.
This is like the production of the film, and photography students are here. Yeah, just the artists around Kent in general, and I feel we don't usually get to see that or get to hang out.
Sort of this collective appreciation of the film, both this one and future ones coming up. It was just really cool.
The event had a great turnout with the theater almost completely full. For TV2 News, I'm Alexa Blakley.
Thanks, Alexa. Ohio is once again making headlines that are gaining attention around the country.
For a full breakdown on the current events happening in the Buckeye State, we turn to Jason Cohen. Hello, Jason.
Hi, guys. That's right. With midterm elections coming soon, Ohio politicians are making major moves. Ohio State Senator Teresa Fedor is fighting for every child in Ohio to have access to public preschool. The Democrat introduced Senate Bill 318 to require universal preschool if Congress passes Build Back Better, a bill that contains billions of dollars. Ohio averages about 120,000 public school students per grade, meaning a similar statewide preschool program could cost $500 million. Some parents would rather stay home to prepare their kids for kindergarten. Others would prefer to utilize faith-based services from their local church, synagogue, or mosque. An Ohio House committee passed legislation Thursday that would block cities from passing local laws restricting whether people can carry switchblades and other knives within their borders. The legislation could be challenged under the Home Rule provision of Ohio's Constitution. The bill may infringe upon cities' authority of its police power, which relates to public safety regulations. Along with knives, Republican lawmakers passed legislation in March allowing for the concealed carrying of firearms without a permit. Under Senate Bill 320, Ohioans would be mandated to show photo ID before casting a ballot at the polls in order to decrease voter fraud and increase election security in the state. If signed into law, utility bills, bank statements, and other acceptable forms of identification would no longer be permitted. The bill would also require the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to issue free state ID cards to Ohioans ages 17 and up. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Jason Cohen, TV2 News.
Welcome back, Portage County. Now let's take a look at what weather we're going to see later here in Kent. So as I said earlier, right now we are sitting at those scattered showers around here, Kent. Later tonight at 10 p.m., we still will be seeing scattered showers until tonight. And the temperature will drop a little bit to 67 degrees. And now we're going to take a look at what's going on here at midnight. So we are going to be sitting at 56 degrees, just a little bit more chilly, and we will still see scattered showers throughout tonight as well. Now let us take a look at what weather we're going to see here tomorrow. Excuse me about that. So tomorrow is actually going to be quite sunny. It's going to be very nice. No precipitation, clear skies, and 66 degrees. It's going to be nice and warm out there. So plan a little jog, play some basketball outside, do whatever you want out there. Now we are going to take a look at your 7-day forecast. So as I said, tomorrow will be very nice. Wednesday, we will see the return of the thunderstorm, 80% chance of rain. Then Thursday and Friday is going to be quite nice. We're going to see a little bit of those higher temperatures around 60 degrees. And then Saturday and Sunday as well, it's going to be quite nice, but we will see a dip in temperature. So it will be a little bit more chilly towards the end of the week. Now we're going to take a look at a live weather radar. So look at all this precipitation going on. This is all that rain that we've had all day and the rain we are going to have later tonight. Look at all this precipitation over here. It's everywhere. There's rain everywhere. Grab those umbrellas, get your rain jackets, because it's going to be quite wet out there tonight. That is all I have for you. Make sure to check KentWire.com for any weather, news, or sports updates. For TV2 Weather, I'm Josh Aponte, and have a great week, Portage County.
Today, the United States Department of Justice is making it illegal for a business to manufacture one of these kits without a serial number. Illegal.
President Joe Biden announced a new firearm regulation Monday meant to contain the use of privately made weapons as he comes under pressure to take more steps to address a national crisis of gun violence. The regulation on so-called ghost guns, unregulated, untraceable weapons made from kits, will address a critical gap in the government's ability to track them by requiring background checks before purchase and serial numbers on some of the components.
And people who do not identify as male or female can now select a third option on U.S. passports. Starting today, the State Department will now list X as an option for gender. This designation is defined as, quote, unspecified or another gender identity. This new policy makes the Department of State the first U.S. governmental agency to make this an option on an official government document. State Department officials say they tested the option with a diverse focus group, including those in the LGBTQ+ community.
Cleanup efforts have started at a train station in Ukraine after a deadly Russian attack on Friday. 4,000 people were there waiting for a train headed west when the strike happened with the station out of service. Civilians are now trying to find other ways out.
The United States and India are going to continue our close consultation on how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war.
President Biden met virtually today with Prime Minister Modi of India. The two leaders discussed COVID-19, climate change issues, and a defense partnership between India and the United States. Biden and Modi also discussed the ongoing situation in Ukraine, with Biden encouraging Modi to continue India's humanitarian support to the region during the Russian invasion. And the football community is mourning the sudden loss of a star player. We'll have more on the life and legacy of Dwayne Haskins.
And the Kent State baseball team hosted Bowling Green over the weekend. Find out how they fared against the Falcons next.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
He was 11 years old walking through this facility and said that this is what I'm going to do, and then did it. I think that's the legacy that he's going to leave behind to so many other younger people across the country, not just in Buckeye Nation, is that you can set a dream and goal and go achieve it, and he did it.
Welcome back. We now shift our focus on a death that left the sports world shocked.
Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins Jr. died Saturday morning after being hit by a dump truck on I-595 in South Florida. Our sports anchor Matt Corelli is here to tell us more. Matt, good evening.
Good evening, guys. That's right. The accident occurred outside Fort Lauderdale as he was attempting to cross the interstate on 595 as he was in the area training with his Steeler teammates. He inspired many football fans after his 2018 season with the Buckeyes that saw him throw for over 4,000 yards, a school record 50 touchdowns, and become a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Haskins was drafted 15th overall by Washington and signed with Pittsburgh in 2021. Dwayne Haskins was 24 years old. Let's now take things on campus, where the Kent State baseball team took on Bowling Green in a 4-game series over the weekend. The Golden Flashes split the series with both of their wins coming in walk-off fashion. Game 2 of Saturday's doubleheader saw them win 5-4 in 10 innings thanks to a walk-off home run from Aiden Longwell. Then on Sunday, Kent State bested the Falcons 4-3 as Mike McNamara delivered a walk-off sac fly, scoring Kyle Jackson. The Golden Flashes are back in action against Pitt at Schoonover Stadium tomorrow afternoon at 6 o'clock. Well, the world-famous Masters golf tournament took place in Augusta, Georgia over the weekend, and 2 Kent State alumni competed for the coveted green jacket. Corey Connors ended up finishing tied for 6th at 3 under par, and Mackenzie Hughes finished tied for 50th at 6 over par, with the winner being world number 1 Scotty Scheffler finishing 10 under par. And the Cleveland Guardians took on the Kansas City Royals in Kauffman Stadium and won by the final score of 10-7, splitting a 4-game series with their AL Central Division foe. Jose Ramirez was the star, going 1 for 3 with the go-ahead RBI in the 7th inning. And that'll wrap things up for us at sports. For more TV2 sports coverage, make sure to tune into Sports Corner, live streaming right here on KentWire.com at 8 o'clock and on demand anytime, anywhere on the TV2 Sports YouTube channel. You can also follow us on all social media platforms at TV2KSU Sports. For TV2 Sports, I'm Matt Corelli, saying wherever the ball flies in the air, TV2 Sports will be there. Good night.
Thanks, Matt. Parents, listen up. Your baby may have what it takes to be named the 2022 Gerber Baby, and with $25,000 in the process. How to apply after these short messages.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Being a dad can be tough.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now. But it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Brew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
The Agenda, Thursday nights at 9 at kentwired.com. Also check out our YouTube at youtube.com/theagendatv2.
Now, parents, listen up. Your baby may have what it takes to be named the 2022 Gerber Baby and win $25,000 in the process. The winner will earn the title of Spokesbaby and Chief Growing Officer and will be featured on the Baby Food Company's social media channels and ad campaigns.
Wow, Gerber will match the prize with a $25,000 donation to the March of Dimes maternal and infant health programs. Parents and guardians of kids up to 4 years old can submit photos and videos to Gerber's portal before Friday.
And Britney Spears announced on Instagram Monday she's expecting a child with fiancé Sam Asghari. The singer wrote she was confused by weight she recently lost rapidly then gained back. She later discovered she was pregnant with her third child. Spears also discussed her struggles with depression during a previous pregnancy, so she plans to stay out of the spotlight for the foreseeable future.
Today is National Pet Day. Animal welfare advocate Colleen Page founded the National Day of Recognition for our furry friends on April 1st, 2005. While loving our pets is something we do every day, the observance is also encouraged is animal adoption. Pet advocates say the special day is a good time to sort through your favorite animals' toys and throw away ones that are no longer safe.
Now, guys, do you have any plans to celebrate National Pet Day? You guys?
Yeah, I'm spending it with my two dogs. Got Shih Tzus at home, so I will spend it with Manny and Bernie. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I will be spending it with Bella and Bruno, my two dogs, and letting them choose one of their favorite foods to have, like chicken.
Oh. I will be celebrating with my dog, Star. She's a Schnauzer. And when I get home, I know she's going to be begging me for a bunch of dog treats, so I'm probably going to give her a bunch of treats since it's her day, you know, National Pet Day. Why not?
Yeah. You know, just it's their day. You know?
Exactly.
Let them do what they want. You know, I have a 13-year-old Maltese. His name is Orbit, but he's not in Kent with me. But I'm going to be thinking about him for sure. Maybe throw a little picture of him on Instagram.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe call him too.
So, what do you guys think about this Gerber baby search? Do you think they're going to find anyone soon?
I feel like they would. Yeah, I feel like they would.
Well, that is all the time we have for you tonight on this Monday newscast.
When we are off air, make sure to keep up with KentWired.com and at KentWired on socials. I'm Raygene English.
And Elias Shingleton. Have a great night, Portage County.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.